It has approved the land acquisition bill, which is likely to be tabled in the parliament on Wednesday. The bill, remember, aims to rehabilitate farmers from whom land has already been acquired. We have Nandita joining us on the phone line with the details. Nandita?
Well, the cabinet meeting has just ended right now. It lasted about close to 2 hours, started at 5 and just ended. And the information is through sources that the land acquisition bill has been approved. It's going to be introduced in Parliament in this session itself, which is wrapping up on Thursday. So we understand that it will perhaps be listed in business on Wednesday, that is the 7th of September. This is an important piece of legislation considering the fact that in the recent past itself, we've seen several agitations where farmers have been disgruntled about the kind of compensation that they have been awarded when the government has acquired land for private development. In fact, the National Advisory Council, which is being headed by Sonia Gandhi, had also prepared a draft, law of the same, and it's after a long period of consultation that this draft is finally coming. There are important features in it which talks in detail about the compensation that farmers would get, which is basically different in rural areas, different in urban areas. What we're being told is that the final draft that was prepared by the Rural Development Ministry under Jairam Ramesh has been approved as it is. And some of the features, if we could point out, are that farmers would be compensated. The one-time compensation would be 4 times in rural areas of the market price of the land and twice the amount as far as urban area land acquisition is concerned. Basically, the effort is for the Congress to send a strong message that there is concern at the highest level for farmers whose land is being acquired. And this is also coming very close on the heels of the entire Bhatta Parsol agitation that we saw Rahul Gandhi try to champion in Uttar Pradesh. So there is a very strong political need for the Congress to do this, and it has just been approved by the cabinet as we speak.
Right, Nandita, a significant legislation there which is likely to be tabled in the parliament on Wednesday, as you told us. But to what extent can we expect the opposition also to be on the same page as the government as far as this bill is concerned?
Well, what we do understand is that the process of consultation that has taken place has also included some of the opposition members. For political reasons, if there is, any sort of disruption or any criticism from the opposition side, well, that still remains to be seen. We still need to see how the BJP reacts to the passage of this final draft. There may be issues, but as far as the government is concerned, they feel that it's happened after a long process of consultation with different parties and especially civil society members through the NAC and other various NGOs and agencies. So the government has, in fact, made a lot of changes in the last few months as well. The NAC, for instance, just to cite an example, had suggested that as far as compensation was concerned, farmers should be given 6 times the amount of the market price of their land, which was seen as unfeasible, and that's why it's been brought down to 4 times. So as far as the government is concerned, they say that there's been a lot of consultation that has taken place, and only after that has this bill been approved. But of course, politics may play out once the bill finally hits the floor of the House on the 7th.
Right, Nanda, we understand, as you were also mentioning, that provision has been made in the government's bill for a one-time payment of compensation to farmers. In view of that, how farmer-friendly would you say the government's bill is as far as the information that sources are telling you?
Well, it's not. One-time payment is just part of the bill. There is also another provision in the bill which is quite significant, we are being told by sources in the Rural Development Ministry, which speaks about an annuity, which basically says that there would be compensation not just one time, which has been fixed, like I said, 4 times in rural plots and twice in urban areas. But apart from that one-time compensation, there's also going to be a continued mode of compensation where farmers and even those who may not own the land, but those who are working on that land which may be acquired and therefore whose livelihood will get affected, they will also be compensated for a fixed period of time, and that compensation would be calculated on the basis of the upsurge in the market price of that land. So it's not only a one-time compensation, but an annuity scheme that the government's worked out, where for quite a period of time after that, farmers will be continuously paid in lieu of their land.
Right, Nandita, keeping in view the provisions that have been made in the government's bill, how really would you gauge the response that we can expect it garners from the opposition once it's tabled in Parliament? Right, we'll get in touch with Nandita in just a short while from now. But this is the big breaking news coming in. The cabinet approving the land acquisition bill, which is likely to be tabled in the parliament on Wednesday. The bill aiming to rehabilitate farmers from whom land has already been acquired. As far as information that Times Now is getting, under the new bill, the state government can invoke private property for public use. Also, significantly, a ban on acquisition of multi-cropped irrigated land that has been relaxed as far as the provisions of the new bill, which will be tabled in Parliament on Wednesday.